Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I've got some new lights for the lights on this channel. Some new lights for the Gladiator. I have the LED lights here, the LED package, but these were sent to me to try out, and it's been foggy out, so the Jeep's kind of wet. So I got some new lights to try out. Comes with the side marker light, comes with the front light, and the bigger difference is it has sequential turning lights. They are LED as well. So we're going to dig into this and see how to do them. I'm not there right now. Okay guys, so there's one pop rivet here. Pull that out, and then right here there's a 10 millimeter screw. Pull that out, and this is basically letting us drop most of this down. There is a I have a tool that I bought on Amazon. Popping these little body things out. They work good for getting these out. This inner liner is really not much to it. It's just kind of crap. But the big problem is trying to figure out what the hell to pull apart. Here, there is a Phillips screw right here, and I've tried taking this out already, but it doesn't really come out. This sort of turns. Trying to have to pull it out. Little Phillips screw head. Take in. There is another screw right there, so we're going to take that screw out as well. It's 10 mil. There's two of those. There's one here and one there. This whole unit looks like it wants to come out, but it wants to pop right out. However, it's not coming out very easily, or at all. Okay, so take you right in here. You can see the little Torx, just two Torx screws. I get my hand there. My hand's stuck. Two Torx screws. One right there and one over there, so we got to get those Torx screws out. Other Torx screw. So you just have to kind of pry your way in there. And the worst part about this is that this piece right here, this edge right here on this piece slides in there, so you have to kind of pop it out. Once I pop it out, you can get to it pretty easily. And here's a light, so we almost got the light out. There's one more. Well, there might be a couple more. Let me see. There's one more right here. Top. Two more up there. Two more at the top right here. Very difficult to get in here and film. these upper torque screws are different than the bottom. So the bottom torque screws are like a regular fine thread, and at the top are coarse thread, so they come out quickly. There's one right up here. No, there's one more up there. Good Lord. One more at the top. There's another torque screw way in. Where the hell's it at? Another torque screw way up in here. There's another one. You just gotta hunt to get all the torque screws out. That's a long one. Up here, you have it loose completely. This bracket right there has a 10 mil Fender. I think I have to take that out to get this plastic bracket. Yeah. Long one. So now I got this inner bracket piece loose. Inner bracket piece is loose. The light seems to be loose. I'm just trying to get it free. There we go. It's free. So there is a Torx bit once you get that loose holding the side marker light. That's a coarse thread. Side marker light's free. And now we can okay. So I looked at the directions. The directions tells you to pull this whole thing down. I thought I could do it without that, but I can't because up here in this corner this is where the main wire goes in. Sorry. So now we're gonna pull this red clip back somehow. Fingers are not good enough. Push this red tab up. Red tab's up. Okay, red tab's up. Squeeze. Should be able to squeeze the. It's such a pain in the ass to do. Got it out. And then there's all these little clips holding this thing on. So we gotta pull these clips out. Run this wire back. Pull this main wire back. They're really tough to do up here. We're just gonna pull this light out. Pull this wire back. Got this apart. I still need this bracket. So I have to pull that off. I got the bracket. Here's the old light right there. Here's the new light. So we can go ahead and put this in after. We're going to go ahead and put this piece in first. Got that in there. Put this light up in here. And then this little tit is going to go right in this hole right here. Like that. And then I don't remember what kind of screw went in there. It was a long one. I'm being bombarded by some kind of bug. Bee. Stop, bee. Stop. Shit, I'm being attacked. Still being attacked by this bee. It just has found me tantalizing. So that's in there like that. Okay, good Lord. It's a lot. This is not hard, but it's not easy. I don't know how to explain this. It's always difficult trying to figure out how to do something the first time. The second time, on the other side, should be quite a bit easier. I'm just going to run this wire back up the way we came. Maybe. Give you plenty of wire, so there's no problem there. We're going to go ahead and plug this in and see how it works before I go any further. Been there, done that kind of thing. Figure out which way it goes. There we go. That is the light. It is working. So, I'm going to take a break and I'll be right back. Hey guys, so I got the wire ran. I've got my lights that were part of my other project hooked in. So now first thing we need to do is we need to put these screws up here. This screw up here, I believe, was that wasn't it. It was one of these finer thread torque screws. I've lost my torque wrench. There we are. So it was a longer one. So we're gonna put these in first. Same thing up here. Smaller coarse thread. Dang. If I could drop it 3 more times, it'd be great. Okay, that's in. So that's kind of in right there. Now, we got this piece to put in, and we got the lower piece to put in. Go ahead and give these things a hit, knock all the dirt out. So on this one, you can see it's got one of those little clip nuts. So that clip nut is going to go above this two here. It's going to go behind this wire up there like that. You're going to shove that piece in right there. Then you're going to shove, try to be mindful of the wires. Don't hurt anything. Shove that in place, that in place, and just kind of get it in there like that. And the bottom one, we're going to shove the bottom one right up in here like this. So these little clip nuts are going to go behind. Okay, because we got screws that go in there. If you remember, it was real tough to get in there. And then the other thing is you got these two holes right here that the little tits on the light itself have to go in. So you kind of have to go out further and hook them into those, hook the light itself into these little tits. I don't get demonetized for saying tits because it's talking about a car part. This is tough. Okay, so that front one is in right there. This is tighter over here, so I'm thinking I can get the outside done a little easier. And then, yep, hook the front one in there. That's hooked in there. That was a real pain in the butt to get apart because I didn't really understand how it went. And there were those two wires, or two screws in there that were really causing a problem. I'm going to take you guys up for a second. So we got that in there. You can bend this back down. And then in here, we got two more of those coarse thread screws. There are two, before we put this in, there's two studs that stick out that bolts are going to go in here. So, and then this piece up here gets a screw that goes in there, so like that. So these two, those two bolts, this one and this one, they're going to get put in after we put this back up, I believe. This is always fun times right here. You just got this screw, this thing right here is going to go in the back right there. So push tabs, and if you break them, they really have an abundance and you don't really need as many, but you can get them at your local, you can get them on Amazon. You should be able to find them at like your local auto parts store too. You have that section with a bunch of crap in there. And once you screw with it, I've done this before, and it never seems to really go back fantastic. That's why I said this thing's a pain in the butt. So that's the difference in the original and that. So it's got a nice little look to it. I think the side markers are a little brighter. I think the LEDs in general are a little brighter. Yeah, definitely brighter. So now we're going to go ahead and tackle that side, and we'll be done. Okay guys, so the error I made on the last one, I tried pulling some of these out and they didn't have to come out. It has been a while since I've done it, so I forgot. So don't make that mistake. Do not take any of the push pins on the outer fender off, because you're just going to run the risk of screwing them up like I had in the past. This is the fifth and last of the 10mm socket head. It's gonna get that off. This one. I promise you it goes back together. I I just pulled the whole fender off. Don't do that. Just pulled the whole fender off doing that. Don't do that. All right, you got these two at the front. They are the little Torx head. Two at the front, both long Torx heads. Well, that one's long so far. Yep, two at the front, both long Torx heads. Okay, and then we got in the middle right here. That is a short one. We got those two cone pieces that protrude out. Take those off. They're short so far. Short. So two down here are long, the three up here are short. That is everything but the two at the top. So we gotta do those now. Gonna get a little bit extension on here and get a longer reach. Two at the very top look to be long. Second time is always the easiest, so watching this video will help you. Definitely help, especially when you watch the second half of it. And I do it, except for ripping the fender off, but that's okay because the fender, what actually holds the fender down is some of these big bolts right here, and they're not connected. So when I yanked on this, it just pulled it out long. So two at the top are long, the next two down are long, and then the three in the middle are short. Okay, so we pretty much, I think we pretty much have this thing. Remember, these wires are the wires that I have for a separate install of something, which is these lights right there. They flash, or you can have them all the time. Mine flash. Okay, so now we're going to pull this. See, the side marker light on the aftermarket switch is separate, so okay, now this piece right here is connected. This one is connected. This is the only one that's connected to anything. It's connected to this light bracket, which I didn't realize when I put it back on the other side, but I'm just gonna force it out. What this is, it's got a rivet in there. When you push this in and you push hard, this pin goes in and grabs. But you got to be able to push it in. You got to be able to hold it from the back. And these ones, you can't really get to it once you put everything back together. So you want to not mess with those. But this one you're going to have to do. And then this is going to come off. You got to pull that corner out and see the whole fender just came off again. But it's okay. It's not. We're not hurting anything. Pull this. It's got the wires have they have a little pull tab on there just to hold it. Little tab. Sorry about that. Battery died. Okay, so the new wire doesn't have this thing. If you want to get fancy, it's just a zip tie holding that on. and you can put it back together, but it's not really needed. They do stuff to secure it a little bit better in production. They have, you know, the car apart. It's a lot easier for them to do stuff. Now we just got to get this headlight out, which we did have a screw in there. I didn't realize that, but we don't need to undo it in this case because we're okay. So I have these wires on here, and I've got to figure out which one I need to connect to where. So bear with me just a second. Now I come back over this side and take our little red tab, pull it out, push in, and pull that out. And now it's just a matter of pulling this wire out. See all these pins, because again, they have the luxury of wiring this thing up off the body. We do not. I'm just dropping shit. And they have these like little pull tabs right here. They have these little pull tabs just pulling down. But there's one up under here. You can go ahead and pull the fender off. You can see it's up there. Damn. I can't. Just gotta get it. Let's get it. There. Got it out. Same thing here. Same thing on the other side. It's pull tabs. It's actually easier just to pull the fender off. Okay, we got that one out. Okay. So now we're gonna go grab the new one. We're going to go ahead and run our wire along the body area that we need to. Just pulling the fender off because it's easier. Pushing it in there. I'll leave it there for now because I got to do some wiring. So we're going to go turn you back around, reinstall this. Actually, we'll start from the front because it was the easier way to do that. Okay, so I didn't pull this piece off this time because I really didn't need to the first go, but I did it because I didn't know. So just let it hang down, and these little nipples are going to go inside this piece. This is why second side's always easier, always. So these little nipples are going to go right in those holes. So we're just going to, actually first, before we do that, we're going to go ahead and we need this screw. So we didn't take this one out. So we're going to have to take this screw out because we need it. Because we need to put this marker light in there because of the way it wraps around. I could not get it to bend around this corner. It was easier to do it after the fact. So that is a coarse, one of those coarse thread ones. So we're gonna go underneath here, bring the light up. You want this opening facing towards the back of the truck. We're gonna line these two little nipples up. So let me see if I can get some light on this. So we're going to line this up so they go right in those holes. They're right in those holes just like that. Can you see it? They're in there. Hopefully you can see it. Put this in here. Aha! It's a pain in the ass. Just be patient. Don't force anything. That's all I can say. So it's kind of a pain because the new light, it's just the hole in the bracket itself is a little bit tight. I have to get these screws through it. It'll go. Just a little harder. Bang it off and get the crap out of it. All the dirt from off-roading. So now this piece has to go up on top of there. You just got to kind of feed it in like that. Find a place for your wires to go, get them out of the way. Got that. So now, at the top here, we got two of them up here, one here, one here. Those are going to be long screws. And then this right here, this piece right here, doesn't go like that. It has to go, remember, on the other side. We gotta kind of bend it, flip it up around there, right? Before we do that, there's a bolt that goes right here. Put that one in. See, push pins don't work because you can't. You can't get in there to make it work. Screw it, just gonna leave it. That fits. There's nothing for that hole. That's a push pin for body panel. Nothing there. Need to put a. Go ahead and put this 10mm bolt up in here. It makes it easier if we do it now. Okay, guys. So I forgot to mention that the new wiring clip for the harness does not have the locking on there, so on both sides I put electrical tape, wrapped it around nice and tight so it doesn't come loose. You really don't want that coming loose and having to pull this out so you can do it properly, or as properly as you can do without the proper locking clip. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring this in, put this piece in. Go ahead and hit the hazard lights. go, guys. Those are the scrolling lights. The marker lights aren't on because the lights aren't on right now, but they look pretty good. And if we just run the regular lights white, so there are your daytime running lights, side marker lights on, and all that. So I'm still waiting on some information from the company that sent me these. They sent them from Taiwan or something, and they didn't really, there's no even name on this, who it is. I will leave all the descriptions below when I get them. It's really kind of strange that they didn't give me, it's not much directions. I believe these are available for LED and for regular lights, incandescent if you have those. Again, I will leave the descriptions and everything below. It'll be in the title once I find out. And that's it. And I really hope you guys enjoy this. I appreciate it. Please hit like and subscribe. Please check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Evolving Male. And I really appreciate it, guys. This was not a lot of work. The first side was a little bit of work. The second side I did in a third the time at least. Once I realized I didn't have to take that inner piece all the way out, I could just lay it down. That was a lot easier. I didn't know that going in. I was just ripping shit apart. But anyway, really appreciate it. You guys, take it easy. And as always, peace out.